Hello, students. It's me, your teacher. My name is Kelly Kim, and I thought I would take some time today to make you guys a little introduction video since we haven't met yet, and just let you guys know what my expectations are for the semester and give us a chance to talk about our course a little bit. So, as I've been seeing, lots of you guys are easily adapted to the cyber campus already. You're watching your online lectures, which is great. And I've also received everybody's homework, almost everybody's homework for week one already. And I'm sorry, there was some confusion because I originally asked for that homework by the 19th. But then the school informed me they wanted to give you guys more time to get adapted to the cyber campus system. And so they asked me to extend the homework period. So that's why I changed it to the 27th. So I hope nobody is going to be worried about passing it in late. That's fine, okay? And otherwise, I also received like 200 emails from students. And so I'm sorry I didn't personally respond to every single one. But unless you received a personal message from me, telling you that I didn't receive your homework, you can assume that I have received it. I think today's the 27th, which is the last day for it, and I think there were just maybe 5 that I haven't received. And to those 5 people, I also sent out a message today because I don't want anybody to miss out on getting their homework in on time. And so I'm sorry I didn't reply and give feedback to every student, but I got it. So don't worry about that, okay? And as you guys know from week 2, the week 2's assignment, I also asked you guys to make me your friend on Kakao Talk and send me your pictures. So what I'm doing with your pictures, by the way, don't feel worried about that. What I've been doing with your pictures is I'm saving them to my phone and I'm putting your name on it. And so I'm making a file for myself, only myself. Nobody else is going to see your picture. Don't worry about that. But on my phone, I have a folder for each class. And that folder includes pictures of all my students. And so this is how I learn your names. Because I think it's really important to know my students' names. And so that's why I'm saving your pictures and I'm going to try to study them because I hope someday we're going to get a chance to actually see each other face to face and not through a computer screen, in which case I will be able to recognize you as my student. I really hope so. Anyway, same thing goes with the Kakao messages. I haven't responded to everybody personally because I have just been getting so many of them, but I am saving them and I'm adding you to the group chat. So once all the students respond to that, and once I fill up the group chat, I'm going to start using that to share information with you guys. And because in my experience, I've used Cyber Campus before and it's really good for online lectures and this kind of thing, what we're doing right now. But I feel like when I need to contact my students, Kakao Talk is a better way to get the information to them fast because the students are always on Kakao Talk anyway. And so it's a really good, fast way to get a message to you guys. And I also recommend that if you guys have any question for me, if it's an urgent question, send me a Kakao message. Now that you have my phone number and you can easily find me, go ahead and send me a message if you have any question about our assignments or anything like that. I would just ask you guys if you can avoid sending me messages like after 10 p.m. I would really appreciate that because I like to have some quiet time at night and I think a message shouldn't be sent past 10 p.m. Unless it's urgent, okay? Anyway, so that's how we're going to start communicating a lot more is using the Kakao Talk. All right. What else? Okay, so let me tell you about the goal of this course. So as you guys know, this is called Living English. And this course is set up as a speaking course. And so, for you guys who spent most of middle school studying grammar, vocabulary, high school, there was a lot of, reading comprehension and really difficult words. And I don't think it was easy to study English for you guys for the last 6 years or so. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys even say, I hate English. It's too hard. I agree. What you studied was really hard. But what we're going to look at in this year, this is your first year of university. So what we want for you is to just get you speaking, because a lot of you haven't had a chance to speak English for a really long time. And so that is the goal of my course. I hope by now everybody has gotten their book. If you haven't, you better hurry up and do it. Oh, no. This book is called Breakthrough One. Breakthrough Plus. Breakthrough Plus One. It's the student book. You only need the student book. Some people asked me if they need to buy the workbook. No, you don't. Okay, just the student book. So when you look through this book, you're going to notice, and after watching the online videos, you're going to notice that the grammar is really basic. Okay, this should be a refresher course in grammar for you. It starts out with 현재 시제, 비동사, this kind of stuff you learned a long time ago, but maybe you forgot it. So if you don't feel confident about this grammar, I strongly suggest you spend some time to be refamiliar with this basic English grammar. Because during my class, I won't be teaching a lot of grammar. That's true. I will explain the basic grammar. Usually in my class, after explaining the basic grammar, I just make you start speaking. Yeah. So actually, this is the biggest complaint my students give me. They really feel uncomfortable to speak English to their partner. I get that. I understand. It's uncomfortable. You're new in this university. You don't know these people. And suddenly you have to speak in a foreign language and it's really awkward and it's uncomfortable. But it is also the only way to improve your speaking skills is you have to do it. That's all. And so for some of you shyer folks, maybe this, online class is going to be a really happy time for you because there's no speaking to partners. What I would recommend, though, as you listen to the online lectures and you look through your books at home alone, just to start speaking out loud. Yeah. So when you see in your books, there's some like a conversation part, just read it out loud to yourself. Excuse me, is there a post office near here? Yes, there's a post office on Baker Street. Just go through it yourself out loud. I want you to get used to the sound of your English voice. It sounds strange, right? I understand you because when I speak Korean, I also feel like, who is this person? That's not Kelly. Kelly speaks loud and confidently, but when I speak in Korean, it sounds a little bit different. And it sounds weird and strange and awkward. But we got to get used to that. We got to get over that hurdle because that's sometimes the most uncomfortable thing. And once you can feel comfortable with your own voice speaking English, it's going to be better and better for you. Okay. So this is our goal for you guys. All right. So when you go out into jobs, you're going to have jobs. You're going to have to do, presentations, things like this. Lots of you guys are going to have to use English in your futures. And so I want you to get comfortable speaking in English. So the book is set up with a pretty easy content. The grammar's easy. The vocabulary is easy. Okay, so the main goal is to just for you guys to take what you already know, what you've already learned, and start putting it into use through conversations. Okay, that's the basic goal of this course. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is my syllabus. Do you guys know what that word means? It's the plan for our lesson. So on your cyber campus, if you look at the sidebar, down here, there's online lectures. Right above that, you can see the syllabus. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Maybe you've already looked at it. I'm just going to give you a little bit more explanation about each point so that you guys can understand, because usually on the first day of class, I ask my students, what grade do you want to get in this class? And of course, all the hands shoot up and everybody says, A plus, A plus, A plus. Of course, everybody would like to get an A plus, but guess what? It's not possible. Maybe you guys don't know this yet as your freshmen, but Chosun policy allows just 25% of students in the class to get A plus range, only 25%. And in fact, and then at the bottom, there also has to be 10% of students in the C to F range. So basically the bottom 2 or 3 students in each class are going to get C plus probably. So you got to expect that, and you got to work hard to avoid being one of those bottom 10%. And if you really want to get into the top 25% and get yourself an A plus, I'm going to tell you about how I will evaluate your class. So first of all, we have attendance. Chuseok, this is worth 20% of your final grade, 20%. And for now, attendance is being measured by my computer, who watched the videos. All right, so please make sure you watch all the online lectures, and make sure you watch them till the very end to make sure your attendance is counted by the computer. Once classes resume again, of course, attendance will be counted by your sitting in your chair at the right time. And I hope you can avoid being late as well. And so if there is some reason why you can't attend my class, you should provide the proper documentation in the form of sayuso or some kind of medical document to show me why you weren't in the class that day. And another point you guys should know is if you miss 4 of my classes, it is automatic F grade. Okay, so you should not be missing classes. Okay, yeah, I will keep track of that, and I will let people know if they're getting close to that thing. So please just come to class. No problem. All right, the second thing on my list of evaluation is the midterm exam, Jungan. And this is also worth 20% of your final grade. And this test will be a written exam. And it's going to include some listening and some multiple choice questions like ABC, circle the right answer. And it will also include some short answer sentence writing. So that will be the midterm exam, which is worth 20%. And we also have homework, weekly homework, which so far, you guys know, I've been posting on Cyber Campus, your assignments. And so we've already had one. You guys did a really good job on your self-introductions. I was really happy to see your nice writing. And lots of you guys got really interesting hobbies that I can't wait to talk to you about in more detail. And from now, the homework is going to be done in your books. So by now, everybody should have their book, okay? And if you look at the back of the book, beginning on page 102, you're going to see what's called the grammar reference pages. Grammar reference. This is page 102. So after studying week 1, you do this yourself. Okay, so the grammar reference includes the main point of the grammar. It's explained again. All right, so in it details, this is simple present. And there's a short explanation of this. Most of you already know this, right? Do you like English? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Most of you already know this, and I expect you know this. If you do not know this, it's your job to self-study. I will not be teaching this in great detail during my class. Okay? So if you come to something you don't know, just study it. Look it up online. You know, Korean websites have a multitude of English grammar explanations available. Look it up in Korean and study about it yourself. Okay? This is your job. All right? So this homework is just a checking. So what you're going to do is complete these answers. So I've already written the answers in my book. Complete the answers. At the end of the period for homework in our Kakao group chat, I'm going to send the correct answers to you. And then you have a job. You're going to go through in your book with a red pen and circle your answers, correct or incorrect. I want to see that you've checked it yourself. Okay? I can't check your homework yet. I hope I'm going to meet you. And once I meet you at the end of the semester, I'm just going to go through your book and check to see that you have been keeping up with your self-checking. All right? And this is your job, okay? Because if you come to something and you do your self-checking and you're like, whoa, I made a lot of mistakes in this part, then you know that that's something you've got to spend more time studying. Okay? Because you must understand, in my class, there's a lot of students and everybody has a different level. And I can't know exactly everybody's level. So you got to take this responsibility for yourself. Okay? So if you come to something, you made a lot of mistakes on it, you know you got to study it yourself. If you need help, by all means, ask me. I have office hours every Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. I am in my office and usually by myself. I am happy to help you if you ever need extra help. Okay? Please don't be shy to ask me. I'm happy to help you. Okay? So there's that. That's your homework every week. It doesn't take that long. Okay? If you know the material, it could take you 15 minutes. All right? But it's up to you how much time you need to spend on this. Okay, so far, homework is worth 10%. Now, I made this little thing and I realized, this is backwards because it's a mirror. I am also getting used to this online stuff. So far, we have attendance worth 20%. Midterm exam is worth 20%, and your homework is worth 10. All right, the next thing on my list is called presentation. And for this presentation, normally in my class, I would have a student stand at the front of the class and introduce something. I'm still debating about this content and what kind of topic I will give. So usually in the second semester of this class, I make students talk about their major in English. So if their major is, Korean literature, like some of you guys are, I would get them to introduce a Korean writer and speak about a Korean writer in English. Yeah. So that's what I usually do in the second semester, but I understand the first semester is a little harder. And so I'm going to make it easier. So I'm going to make each student give like a 1 to 2 minute presentation about their favorite thing. Whatever you love. If it's your favorite band, if it's your favorite Netflix series, I got lots of messages from students telling me they love Netflix. Me too. And if anybody else is watching Itaewon Class, don't spoil it. I'm on episode 14 and my kids already watched it and they really want to tell me what's going to happen and I have to stop them. Don't tell me. I haven't had time to see the end of it, but I do love Seru. He's a really good guy. All right, back to our thing. So the presentation will happen after the midterm, and depends on our how our online stuff goes. If we're back in classrooms by then, you will stand in front of the class, I guess. If not, I am also considering the possibility of letting you guys submit me a little video like this. You guys make a little video and you talk about your favorite thing, your favorite TV show, your favorite movie. I might take video submissions. You guys maybe give me your opinion about that, because I think most students would rather just send me a video than to stand in front of class. I'll think about it. All right, that's presentation, and that is also worth 10% of your final grade. Which brings me to the next thing on our list, which is final exam. Uh-oh. Final exams. Final exams. There are two of them, and one is a written exam, like your midterm, and that's worth 20%. It will be a similar style as the midterm exam. The last final exam is a oral exam, which means speaking. So basically for that exam, you're just going to sit down with me, just me. Nobody else will hear us or see us. And I will ask you some questions for a few minutes, 2-3 minutes of speaking exam. Usually I give the questions in advance so that students not surprised and they have a chance to prepare. So don't be stressed by the speaking exam. After the first semester, students always tell me, oh, we love speaking exam. It's easier. We don't have to study so hard. Anyway, we'll see how you feel about it after. So that adds up to 100%. Okay, so if you want to get an A+, you can try hard for your exams, do your homework, do a good job on your presentation, and just to be here every class. Well, I guess that's all for now. I hope I can see you guys face to face soon, and I hope you guys are staying calm and enjoying the quiet solitude of your home, and protect yourselves. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.